Get off this fucking platform, you little shit.
Now, there's a lot of things that babysitters are supposed to do. But when it gets to the point where they want to play truth or dare with you, that's when things get a little concerning. But yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy but also really insane story. Now, today's story all takes place back in my grade 10 year. Now, in grade 10, I was a pretty average guy. I was, doing my thing and kind of just getting into the world of girls, I guess I would say. And let's just say one day when I was walking home from school, I remember I ended up walking inside my house and I went straight to my dining room to get a, after school snack. And as I was sitting on the dining room table eating my grilled cheese that my mom made earlier for me, I remember my mom ends up coming downstairs looking at me super angrily. I have no idea why she was upset, but then she looks over and says,
"Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
An email today. About what? Bubba, you know what you did, right? No, what did I do? Bubba, you didn't hand in your assignments. Look at the email." At this moment, my mom gives me her phone and I end up seeing the email that my teacher sent her. And let's just say I was missing over around, I want to say 14 different assignments. And to be fair, had the assignments done, I just wasn't good at handing in things. At least that was my excuse that I told my mom. And right as I say that to her, I remember my mom says to me, "No, Bubba, you're going to do all the assignments and I'm going to make sure you get it all done. I'm going to call your teacher tomorrow and I'm gonna hire someone tonight to make sure tomorrow you get all of it done." Wait, what? You're gonna hire someone to watch me do homework? No, I'm going to hire someone to always watch you. Wait, Mom, you're not getting a babysitter, are you? And at that moment, I realized that my mom was so upset to the point where she literally hired someone that same day on a website, which, to be fair, I never knew what website my mom hired these babysitters on. But seriously, they were not normal babysitters. And well, let's just say one thing led to another. That night, I had to go to bed knowing that the next day I was gonna have to deal with a babysitter that's just gonna make me do my homework all day. Which, to be fair, part of me thought, you know what, I could probably just find the assignments and speed run through them. But things ended up taking a massive turn, because the next day when I finally finished school, I ended up heading home. And when I got home, I remember I ended up realizing that there was a random car in my driveway. Now, usually I recognize people that come to my house. I'm sure you guys do too. But this car that was in my driveway, I have no idea who it belonged to. So I ended up walking up to my front door and I walked inside thinking that maybe someone just parked in the wrong spot, or maybe that my mom's friend was visiting with a new vehicle. But right as I go inside, I yell, "Hey Mom, I'm home." And at that moment, I realized that no one was home. No one replied back, so my guess was that no one was home at least. So I remember I threw my backpack on the ground. I do the same thing as I usually do. I go inside my kitchen, get an after school snack, which is usually the grilled cheese, because I love grilled cheese sandwiches. And right as I end up going back upstairs with my backpack and walk inside my bedroom, I ended up seeing that there was a woman there. And no joke, she looked actually really, really nice. By nice, I mean hot. Like, no joke, she had a nice pair of cherries, a nice,
Huh?
Angels like you.
5 seconds. So knowing this, I felt really so at this moment, I go back up into my bedroom, get a new pair of clothes, and I ended up grabbing my towel and going to the bathroom and showering. And right as I was in the middle of my shower, I ended up hearing the door open to the bathroom out of nowhere. And as I quickly look and glance out, I saw that nobody was there. It was really awkward, but part of me felt like I was being watched in the shower, and I felt really weird. No idea why, but you know that feeling when, you feel like someone's watching you? I had that exact feeling as I was washing. Oh! That sounded really weird. Tommy just back into my bedroom with the towel on, and I saw my babysitter sitting there saying, "So, after you're done getting changed, do you want to like play another game?" I mean, we could, but honestly, I gotta finish these assignments. My mom's gonna be really upset. Oh, come
Wait, just do your fucking work, you piece of shit.
on, we can play one more. How about something fun? Okay, what do you want to play? Have you ever played Truth or Dare? Truth or Dare? I mean, yeah, with like people from my school. Okay, we're definitely gonna play Truth or Dare. Here, go get changed. So at this moment, I grab my clothes and I go into another room to change real quick. And after I finish getting changed, I come out and I see her still sitting on my bed waiting for me. And I just ended up sitting right beside her on my bed, and me and her started playing Truth or Dare. And this is where things got ugly. Because as I'm sitting next to her, we end up playing Truth or Dare. She asked me a couple truths, I asked her a couple dares, but then this babysitter had the audacity to make me do something insane, which was to take off my pants. Yeah, she dared me to take off my pants. So at that moment, I looked at her and I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. Why? Why not? You shy? Well, no, I'm not shy. It's just, you know, like, you're my babysitter. Oh, come on. We're like practically the same age. We weren't the same age. I'm gonna just make that clear right now. We definitely were not the same age.
Clap how punk did he dance and the food he loved.
Anyways, she says that, and I remember I'm like, okay, whatever. So I end up taking off my pants, and that's when she says to me the most weirdest thing that made me really creeped out. And she says to me, oh, I knew it was big.
What kind of girls that make it big?
It looked so masculine in the shower.
Let me tell you guys, if this guy literally trying to flex his, then I sure he's like to the fact is literally my notebook. I'm gonna back to it.
Wait, what? At that moment, I pulled up my pants again, and she's like, you can't do that. That's not part of Truth or Dare. Okay, well, I dare you to take something off. And at this moment, this babysitter did the most insane thing and just took everything off. I literally said take off one thing. She took off everything. And I look at her and I'm like, okay. And right at that moment, I got bricked. And she noticed. And I'm not gonna lie, one thing led to another. We ended up taking off all our clothes and we ended up doing the devil's take.
Why is there an $800,000 charge on my credit card?
Dad, I'm a material girl.
Get out of my